From Eminem carrying a concealed weapon to Bruno Mars' cocaine possession, here are some of the times celebrities have been arrested. And spoiler alert, even a certain Microsoft founder made this list. Yep, I'm talking about Bill Gates. This is somewhat surprising, right? Bill Gates has in fact an iconic mugshot that was taken in New Mexico back in 1977. So what was the crime? Driving without a license and running a stop sign. Tisk tisk, Bill. I expected better from you. Well, turns out the man has a need for speed because later on he ended up with 3 speeding tickets while driving his snazzy Porsche 911. Does that mugshot smile tell you the man has any regrets about what he's done at all? Fun fact, the outline of the same mugshot was eventually used for the Windows user profile picture. Did you know that? Now, while we're talking about iconic mugshots, we need to take a moment to remember Chase Crawford in a move that would have come straight out of Nate Archibald's playbook of fun. The Gossip Girl star was arrested in 2010 for the possession of marijuana. He managed to strike a plea deal that would eventually erase the charge from his record completely if he managed to complete community service and didn't get caught doing anything illegal once again. But one thing's for sure, his mugshot is definitely one of the finest we've seen in the genre. And while Chase's face is definitely fine like wine, we do have another major contender for the Mugshot Awards. And the award goes to David Bowie for the most stylish mugshot of all time. After an electrifying performance in New York in 1976, Bowie and Iggy Pop decided to go back to their hotel room for a little, fun. I mean, we all know things were a little different back in the 70s. Unfortunately, the two were caught in their hotel rooms with 6 ounces of marijuana, which led to both of them being arrested and spending the night in jail. They were eventually released on bail, but not before Bowie served us some serious looks in his mugshot. I mean, look at him. The man looks spectacular. And it seems like marijuana seems to be the drug of choice among most celebs, because Matthew McConaughey also got arrested because of it too, after he decided to have a party of one, featuring a few cannabis leaves. In 1999, local authorities were called as neighbors made noise complaints in an upscale neighborhood in Austin, Texas, where McConaughey used to live. Well, the police showed up at 3 in the morning at the actor's house, only to find him sitting buck naked in his living room, playing the bongos with great enthusiasm. What a picture he must have made. He was taken into custody, charged with violating Austin's noise ordinance, resisting arrest, and unsurprisingly for the use of marijuana. Well, someone else also decided to take a page out of Bowie's and McConaughey's book of fun and experiment a little with hardcore drugs. The result of this experiment? Bruno Mars was arrested in 2010. The king of Uptown Funk was found with a bag of cocaine in his Las Vegas hotel bathroom. Mars pled guilty, and the charges were later dismissed after he paid a $2,000 fine. He also had to do 200 hours of community service and about 8 hours of drug counseling. The singer claimed that he was young and clearly not thinking right, but the incident definitely served as a reminder for him that it can all be gone in a second. Joining Bruno Mars in this line of singers who got arrested is Justin Bieber, whose arrest wasn't exactly a surprise to begin with. The baby singer had been making several headlines for his rather questionable behavior back in 2014, so no one was really shocked when he was charged with a DUI and resisting arrest. But what did shock us all was the accompanying mugshot. Look at that grin. By the looks of it, you'd have never known he committed a serious offense. You could even say he doesn't look sorry at all. See what I did there? Justin Bieber settled the case later that year and vowed never to do that again. Seriously vowing to never do something again is a feeling that Tim Allen is also quite familiar with, from the lovable family man in ABC's Home Improvement to the energetic Toy Story's Buzz Lightyear. Tim Allen managed to carve a whole legacy of love, laughter, and wonderful childhood memories. But can you imagine that the man we now associate with the spirit of Christmas once precariously sat on an invisible fence, faced with a difficult decision about his future? The American actor got in major trouble when he was only 25 years old. He was detained at airport security for trafficking more than 650 grams of cocaine. 650 grams! Let that sink in. And things just kept getting worse for him. At the time, the state had just passed legislation that would issue a life sentence to anybody in possession of 650 grams and over. Not the best news for an actor-to-be. Allen pleaded guilty to the charge and gave the names of 21 other dealers in a bid to reduce his sentence. Ultimately, it did come down to 5 years, out of which he only served 2.5. But boy, was that a lesson learned for him. For some, going to jail can alter their entire perspective on life. For others, it can give birth to one of the most quoted and iconic lines of all time. Remember when Kris Jenner claimed, "Kim, would you stop taking pictures of yourself? Your sister is going to jail." Classic Kris. As you may have guessed, we're obviously talking about the time Khloe Kardashian had a glimpse of life behind bars. She was arrested back in 2007 for driving under the influence and was later sentenced to 30 days in jail for violating the terms of her probation. Seems like a joke, right? Somehow celebrities manage to get away with almost everything. But wait, it gets even better. Despite her 30-day serving notice, she only spent about less than 3 hours of her entire sentence. Thanks to overcrowding, she was released without even spending a full day in jail. Welcome to America, folks. But in true family fashion, sister Kim Kardashian and momager Kris Jenner both put Khloe's mugshot in their homes, framed and all. But this tells us, for some inexplicable reason, celebrities just can't rein in their alcohol intake because they'll either end up getting charged with DUIs or indulge in some good old-fashioned disorderly conduct. Like Miss Nina Dobrev of the Vampire Diaries fame. A couple of years before the show staked its claim in the realm of pop culture TV significance, one of its lead stars was arrested, along with her co-stars, Sarah Canning, Candace Akola, and Kayla Ewell in 2009. So what did they allegedly do? Well, all 4 ladies thought it'd be a great idea to get their groove on, but in the most bizarre way. The star cast of Vampire Diaries decided to dangle from the side of a bridge and flash drivers going by on I-75. Now, dozens of drivers ended up calling 911 to report the women hanging from the bridge. And while I'm not sure whose brilliant idea this was, all 4 of them were charged with disorderly conduct and ordered to pay a $4,000 fine. The TVD crew did end up paying most of the fines, and somewhere in the archives of the deep, dark internet, I'm sure you can still find their mugshots. Well, these were the celebrities that have been arrested. Did any of these cases shock you? See you in the next video.